Welcome back. The voltage which is drawn from a battery will be a constant, but the voltage or EMF drawn from an AC source will be varying. This we have seen, right? So a varying EMF will lead to a varying current. That means AC voltage and current will be varying as a function of omega t. Therefore, the behavior of this EMF and voltage will be different in different devices like resistor, inductor or capacitor. So today we will discuss how this AC EMF and current are behaving when it flow through a resistor and then when it flow through an inductor. So that is the topic of discussion. We may straight away start our lesson. Welcome back to the second part of alternating current. In the last class, we have seen that in the case of AC, the EMF is instantaneous. That means the EMF varies with omega t. So how such an AC current will flow through a resistor? That is the next part we have to discuss. So AC through a resistor. So here we have a resistor which is connected to an AC source. This is the symbol of AC source. And from the AC source, the EMF at an instant is E is equal to E0 sin omega t. This we have discussed in the last class. So at an instant, the EMF E is equal to E0 sin omega t. Then what is the current through the resistor? We know that current I is equal to voltage divided by resistance, or it is, in this case it is the EMF divided by resistance. Therefore E by R. But what is E? E is equal to E0 sin omega t divided by R. And here E0 by R can be taken a constant. So E0 by R into sin omega t. And this E0 by R is taken as I0. So it is I0 sin omega t, where I0 is equal to E0 by R. So I is equal to what? I is equal to voltage divided by resistance. So E0 by R represent the I0. And what is E0 actually? E0 is the maximum value of the EMF. In this equation, E is equal to E0 sin omega t. E0 represent the maximum value of the EMF. And this maximum value could be in the positive side or it could be in the negative side. In the last class, we have drawn the graph showing the variation of E0 with omega t, and we have seen that it will become maximum with plus E0 and it will be minimum with minus E0. So E0 represents the maximum value either in the positive side or in the negative side. Similarly, I0 represents maximum value of current I. Okay, so that is the meaning of E0 and I0. Now, when E is equal to E0 sin omega t, we have seen that current I is equal to I0 sin omega t. So that is the relation between current and voltage in the case of AC through a resistor. That is when EMF E is equal to E0 sin omega t, the current I is equal to I0 sin omega t. Both current and voltage are functions of sine. Okay. Now we can see how this EMF and current varies with omega t. So actually the variation of EMF is already discussed, right? What is the value of E in the case of omega t equal to 0? In the last class we have seen that when omega t equal to 0, sin omega t will become what? Sin 0. Sin 0 is equal to 0. 0 into E0 is 0. So for omega t equal to 0, E is equal to 0. the next value is omega t is equal to pi by 2. That is, this value, this omega t becomes pi by 2. Sin pi by 2 is nothing but sin 90. Sin 90 is equal to 1. 1 into E0 is E0. The next is pi. Sin pi is equal to 0. Therefore, E is equal to 0. Then next it is 3 pi by 2. And sin 3 pi by 2 is nothing but what? 270. And the value of 3 pi by 2, sin 3 pi by 2 is minus 1. Minus 1 into 0 is, minus 1 into E0 is minus E0. The next value is omega t is equal to 2 pi. And sin 2 pi is 0. Therefore, E is equal to 0. Actually, this we have already discussed, this part. Now, what about the current? So, we can see that when E is equal to E0 sin omega t, current is also I0 sin omega t. So, the variation of sin omega t the variation of E with sin omega t will be reflected in the case of current also, because both are functions of sin omega t. So, whatever be the changes with sin omega t in the case of E will be seen in the case of current also. So, when omega t is equal to 0, this is sin 0, sin 0 is 0, therefore 0 into current I0 is again 0. Therefore, the value of current is 0 when omega t equal to 0. Then when it is pi by 2, when omega t is equal to pi by 2, sin pi by 2, sin pi by 2 is 90, sin 90, and we know sin 90 is equal to 1. And so this value sin omega t will become what? 1. 1 into I0 is I0. So the value of current is I0. Next pi. Pi is equal to sin pi is equal to 0. Sin 180 is 0, we know. So 0 into I0 is again 0. Then it is 3 pi by 2. When it is 3 pi by 2, sin 3 pi by 2 or sin 270 is equal to minus 1. Minus 1 into I0 is minus I0. Then finally it is 2 pi. Sin 2 pi is equal to 0. So we can see that the variation of current and voltage are similar with the variation of omega t. And this we can show with the help of a graph as shown here. And we can see that the variation of E and I are similar, right? Whenever the EMF E increases, current I also increases. We can see that the blue color graph is that of E, and the red color graph is that of current. So when EMF increases to maximum and the maximum value is E0, we can see that current is also increasing to maximum value, and the maximum value of current is I0. So when EMF is maximum, current is also maximum. In the next half cycle, you can see that the E0 then decreases to 0. That means when omega t becomes pi, E0 becomes 0. Here you can see when when it is pi, E0 is E equal to 0. So by the time EMF reduces to 0, the current also reduces to 0, right? Then we can see that this EMF increases in the negative side, right? That means it becomes minus E0, right? So these are the points we have discussed. Then minus I0 and minus E0 will be there, and by the time the EMF increases to minus E0, or by the time this EMF becomes minus E0, the current also becomes minus I0. So this way the variation of EMF and current, you can see, are going hand in hand. The variation will be similar. So this is how voltage and current are varying. The AC voltage and current are varying in the case of a resistor. So when E is equal to E0 sin omega t, I is equal to I0 sin omega t, and the variations are exactly similar, and in this case we can say EMF and current are in same phase. Both are in the same phase simply means what? The variations are similar, right? When the current is increasing, or when the voltage is increasing, current is also increasing. When the voltage is decreasing, current is also decreasing. So the variation of current is go in hand with that of EMF. So that is the meaning of EMF and current are in same phase. And the difference can be easily seen when AC passes through inductor, capacitor, etc. In that case we can see the EMF and current are not in same phase. Okay, so this is the case of AC through a resistor. So note the point, EMF and current are in same phase in a resistor, or alternating AC current and EMF are in same phase when it pass through a resistor. That is the meaning of sin omega t and sin omega t function. Okay, both E and I are sin omega t function. So next it is AC through inductor. So this is the symbol of an inductor. So an inductor is nothing but a coil, a current carrying coil. Okay, it is not. So this is how we are representing an inductor, and this inductor is connected to an AC source, and again for AC source anytime the EMF is E0 sin omega t. So the next step is to find the current, right? That is what we do next. And in the case of inductor, we have already seen that E is equal to L into di by dt. This we have already seen in the previous chapter, previous class. But what is E? E is equal to sin omega, E0 sin omega t. So that is equal to L into di by dt. And from this we can find the value of current. And for that we may write L into di. L into di is equal to what? E0 sin omega t into dt. Therefore di is equal to E0 divided by L into sin omega t dt. Okay, now what is I? So I is equal to integral E0 by L sin omega t dt. Now what is the result of integral sin omega t dt? And for that we may find the differentiation of cos omega t. So d by dt of cos omega t is equal to minus omega into sin omega t, right? Because d by dt of cos is minus sin. So minus sin omega t into omega, that is minus omega into sin omega t. Then differential of cos omega t is equal to minus omega sin omega t into dt. Therefore cos omega t is equal to integral minus omega sin omega t dt. But what we want is integral sin omega t dt. So from this we can find this integral sin omega t dt will be what? Minus cos omega t by omega. So the result of this integration part, integral sin omega t dt, is nothing but minus cos omega t divided by omega. So this is the result. This I is equal to E0 by L into sin omega t dt. Then E0 by L into this part is equal to minus cos omega t divided by omega. And that is equal to what? That is equal to minus E0 by omega L. You are writing this L and omega together. Therefore it is E0 by omega L, and this negative sign we have taken to the side. So minus E0 by omega L into cos omega t, and that is equal to and we know what is cos omega t. Cos omega t is nothing but what? Sin pi by 2 minus omega t, or sin 90 minus theta is cos theta, right? Sin 90 minus theta is cos theta. Therefore this sin 90 minus omega t is cos omega t. But here we are not using degree, so we are using pi by 2 only, pi by 2 radian. So sin pi by 2 minus omega t is equal to cos omega t. and now we may take this negative sign into the bracket. Then this equation will be what? E0 by omega L into sin omega t minus pi by 2. So I is equal to E0 by omega L into sin omega t minus pi by 2, but again E0 by omega L can be taken as a constant, which is I0. Therefore I is equal to I0 sin omega t minus pi by 2, where we have taken this I0 as E0 by omega L. And actually this is very much similar to Ohm's law, that is current I is equal to voltage divided by resistance. That means what? This omega L represent the resistance part. So in short, when EMF E is equal to E0 sin omega t, we can see that current I is equal to I0 sin omega t minus pi by 2. So this relation is different from the previous case of AC through a resistor. There we have seen that when E is equal to E0 sin omega t, I is equal to I0 sin omega t. But here in the case of AC through inductor, when E is equal to E0 sin omega t, the current is I0 sin omega t minus pi by 2. That means what? It is not the case of same phase, right, as in the previous case. So in inductor, current lags behind the voltage, right? So E is equal to E0 sin omega t. But what is current? Current is equal to sin omega t minus pi by 2. That means what? The current is lagging behind the voltage, or current goes behind the voltage. So voltage is leading and current is lagging. That is the point. So in the case of AC through inductor, voltage leads and current lags. So who is leading? So who is going first? Voltage is going first and the current is simply following the voltage. In other words, we can say the current is the voltage is leading, right? Or the voltage leads the current. So both the statements are correct. Current lags behind the voltage by pi by 2, or voltage leads the current by pi by 2. So this is how we are representing it, and this graph is different from the previous graph, right? So in this case you can see that when the EMF is 0, right, when the EMF is 0, when omega t equal to 0, EMF is 0, at that time the current is maximum in the negative side, that is minus I0. And when the EMF increases to maximum from 0, right, so at pi by 2 the EMF is maximum, then you can see the current is 0, right? The current is the red color represent current only, the current is 0. So this way EMF leads and current lags behind the voltage. So as in the previous cases, we can find the relation, that is when E equal to E0 sin omega t, these are the values we will be getting for 0, pi by 2 pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi. Then what about the values of current? So we have current I is equal to I0 sin omega t minus pi by 2. The first case omega t is equal to 0. Sin omega t is equal to 0, I0 sin omega 0 minus pi by 2, right? It will be omega t equal to 0 means it is 0 minus pi by 2. So it is sin minus pi by 2, and sin minus pi by 2 is what? Minus sin pi by 2, or sin 90 is equal to 1, we know. So minus sin 90 means what? It is minus 1. These are elementary mathematics. So sin 90 is equal to 1. Oh, sorry, sin minus 90 is equal to 1. Sin minus 90 is equal to minus 1, sorry. Therefore minus 1 into I0. So it is minus I0. So the value of current is minus I0 when omega t equal to 0. The next case omega t is equal to what? Pi by 2. And when omega t is equal to pi by 2, what is the value of I? It will be I0 sine omega t is equal to pi by 2 means what? It is pi by 2 minus pi by 2. Right? Pi by 2 minus pi by 2, which is 0, because sine 0 is equal to 0. So current is 0. The next is omega t is equal to pi. Then it is I0 into sine pi minus pi by 2. And what is pi minus pi by 2? Pi minus pi by 2 will be pi by 2. So it is sine pi by 2. Sine pi by 2 is equal to 1. 1 into I0 is I0. So it is I0. Then it is 3 pi by 2. So sine 3 pi by 2 minus pi by 2 is again 0. So it is, the current is again 0. Because sine pi is equal to 0. Because 3 pi by 2 minus pi by 2 is equal to pi. Right? And sine pi is equal to 0. That is the reason. Then finally it is 2 pi. Then 2 pi by minus pi by 2 is sine 3 pi by 2. That is sine 270, which is minus 1, or minus 1 into I0 is minus I0. So for 2 pi, for omega t equal to 2 pi, the current I is equal to minus I0. So these are the values of EMF and current, and this we can easily see from this graph, right? For omega t equal to 0, EMF is 0, but current is minus I0, right? And for pi by 2, EMF is E0. For pi by 2, EMF is E0. And what is current? Current is 0. It is current is 0. Then for pi, EMF is 0, but current is maximum I0, right? So current is I0 here. So this way it goes, and this is how the voltage and current are varying in the case of AC through an inductor. So there is a phase difference of pi by 2 between the voltage and current. There is a phase difference of pi by 2 between voltage and current. So these are the values of EMF with a black circle I am marking. Okay, up to 2 pi we can find the values of E0. Then similarly we can find the values of I0 with respect to this data given. So minus I0 for 0, then 0 for pi by 2, then I0 for pi, then 0 for 3 pi by 2, again minus I0 for 2 pi, right? So this is how the variation takes place. Then this variation can be easily understood with the help of a diagram, which is called a phasor diagram. So first of all, what is a phasor diagram? A phasor is nothing but a rotating vector which is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. So note that current and voltage, these are not vectors, but the variation of this voltage and current can be represented using a rotating vector. This rotating vector is called a phasor. So a phasor is nothing but a rotating vector which is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. So for simplicity we may draw a vector. Let this be vector A, and this vector is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. So this way, right? It is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Then it is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction means the value of omega t will be changing, right? So with respect to the starting point, so this is the starting point, this is the reference point, and with respect to this point we can find different values of omega t. So when this vector reaches this point, the value of omega t, theta will be 90, right? So omega t is equal to 90 here. Then this vector reaches somewhere here, with respect to this, the value of omega t will be what? Pi by 2. Sorry, I mean pi, 180 degree. So this way we can imagine the variation of this vector, right? And if there is one more vector with a different value for omega t, then their variation will show the phasor diagram of inductor. So here we have plot a graph with the x and y axis respectively. Then from the previous discussion we know that current lags behind the voltage by pi by 2, right? Current lags behind means what? Current is following voltage. In other words, we can say voltage leads the current by pi by 2. So who is going first? It is the voltage. So first we may draw the voltage or the variation of voltage with a vector. So this is the vector which is showing the variation of voltage, say E0. Then what about the current? Current lags behind the voltage by pi by 2. Now we can draw another vector for current such that it is following this voltage by pi by 2, right? So if this EMF is going like this, there is a pi by 2 difference. There should be a difference of pi by 2 with the current, or current is following the E0 with a phase difference of pi by 2. That means what? We can draw a vector for current but with a phase difference of pi by 2 behind the EMF. So this way we can draw, right? So now this represents I0. Now actually both are rotating. E0 and I0 are rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, but always a phase difference of pi by 2 will be present between E0 and I0. So this is a technique that we are employing to show the variation of EMF and current in the case of inductor. So this is the neat diagram representing the variation. So here both are varying, both are rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, but who is leading? EMF is leading, right? EMF is leading and I0 is following EMF, but always with the phase difference of pi by 2 between E0 and I0. So both are rotating. Okay, E0 and I0 are moving in the anti-clockwise direction such that both are always keeping a phase difference of pi by 2 between them. Now we have this I0 is equal to what? E0 by omega L in the previous derivation. And this is very much similar to Ohm's law, that is, which is I is equal to V by R. So here E0 and V both represent the voltages. Similarly, the denominator, that is omega L, should represent the resistance. So that means what? This omega L represents the resistance offered by an inductor. That is the meaning. It is called inductive reactance. Please note that it is inductive reactance. So omega L is the resistance offered by the inductor to the current flow, and it is omega L. Okay, and omega L is equal to, XL. Right? XL is the symbol of this inductive reactance, and XL is equal to omega L. So inductive reactance is the resistance offered by the inductor to the current flow. So that means for this omega, the value of omega will be 2 pi f. We will be coming to that in the next class. So for the time being, we are winding up the discussion of AC through inductor here. We have discussed what the AC through both the resistor and inductor. So thank you for watching.